Okay, guys. So can you give the answers to these questions? Can you tell me what does Lucinda mean by transformative? Okay, what does transformative mean? It means change, right? Okay, so who did it change? Debating changed. Okay, so she gave some examples of who did she help? Were these people her friends or students? Right. So she's a teacher. She is teaching debating because she was a debater herself. She realized that it can change people's lives. She decided to teach debating to others. So she helped her students, right? Uh, Her students. Okay, great. So who was the first person? Can you tell me? Okay. Who was the second person? Okay, so maybe you didn't really catch who was who. Maybe she was speaking too fast. Okay, so do you want to watch the video again? Okay, so let's do that. Let's watch the video again. Pay attention. You need to tell me how many people did she talk about, and who they were and what happened in their story. Okay, pay attention. Okay, guys, so as you might have guessed, our topic for today is debating. So, what is a debate? So, there are many different definitions that you can find online, in books, and to be honest, like most of them seem kind of confusing. So, you can let's see the first one. So it says that a debate is a formal discussion on a particular matter in a public meeting or legislative assembly in which opposing arguments are put forward and which usually ends with a vote. Okay, so it's really long. There's a lot of information. This is from the Oxford Online Dictionary. Let's see another one. It says competitive debating is a fun activity. How is this debate different from a classroom debate, and what is a classroom debate? So basically in a debate you have two teams. You have the position and the opposition, and they're discussing with each other but with a set of rules. So this is what makes a discussion and an argument different from a debate. The debate has rules, certain guidelines that you need to follow in order to have a successful and fair debate. And this is really important. If you don't have rules, then it can easily turn into an argument, and an argument can quickly escalate in some kind of violence, and we don't want that. We don't want any kind of violent communication or even violent behavior. So a classroom debate is a game in which two opposing teams make speeches to support their arguments and disagree with those of the other team. And then we have the argument, which is a reason or set of reasons given in support of an idea, action, or theory. So basically, this is like the main idea you will be presenting to build your case, to persuade people. So this is like a main idea. And the reason, which is a premise of an argument in support of a belief. Actually, in the support of the argument. So you can think of it as a house, right? An argument would be the roof, okay, and the reasons will be the building blocks, with the bricks, if you will, okay? And we will see that there is another element which is supposed to be like a cement. This is like the supporting evidence that you will include. We will talk more about the evidence in our next class about debates. For now, I want you to remember the argument, which is like a roof, and reasons, which are like, let's say they're the walls, they're holding the roof. Okay, so these walls are holding the roof. If there are no walls, or if the walls are weak, the roof will fall down and there is no house. Okay, so you don't have your case. You will fail to persuade someone of your opinion. Okay, so do you have any questions? No questions. Okay, so then let's start with our practice. I would like you to sit in pairs, okay? And your job is to make an argument, to give 3 reasons, and to support each reason with some evidence, if you can think of it, or even they can be just explanations. You need to defend these 3 reasons, just like we saw here. So the proposition and the opposition have the same format, right? Same structure. And you can see that the proposition makes an argument, then they give three reasons. The first reason starts with first, and you will use this as well. First, and then you give your reason, right? And then you will have to write a couple of sentences that will defend these reasons. Then the second one, you will use the same words, right? We will practice this for our first debate class. The third one ends with finally, and then in conclusion, then you repeat all the 3 reasons, okay? You have to make sure that all of this can fit in 1 minute of speech, okay? So it cannot be shorter than 1 minute. It cannot be longer than 1 minute. It needs to be exactly 1 minute, because that's when you have to stop speaking and you have to let the other person speak, okay? So one student will be team A and the other student will be team B, which means one student will be the position and the other one will be the opposition. So you will have to write this, and the opposition, this is for the proposition, okay? The opposition will have one additional step, and this is the rebuttal, okay? So you have to make counter arguments before you start talking about your own arguments, okay? So you will have additional time. So when you're making the rebuttal, you will have 30 seconds, okay, for the rebuttal. And again, you need to speak for exactly 1 minute to make your arguments, okay? Do you have any questions now? No? Okay, so then let's start and see how it goes. I will be walking around to see if everything goes smoothly, and you can ask me any questions that you have, okay? All right, let's start.